The audience was buzzing as Chris Pratt made his entrance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, but what started as a routine celebrity interview quickly spiraled into one of the most uncomfortable and intense moments in late-night TV history. Pratt, usually cheerful and light-hearted, seemed unusually tense. Kimmel, sensing the shift, tried to disarm him with a few jokes, but things began to turn when Jimmy brought up a controversy surrounding Chris's personal beliefs, something the actor had asked not to discuss. "You still go to that famous church, right?" Jimmy asked. Chris's eyes narrowed. The mood instantly shifted. "Is this what we're doing tonight?" he asked, his voice steady but cold. Kimmel chuckled awkwardly, brushing off the question as just a bit of fun, but Pratt wasn't having it. "It's not fun when it keeps coming up like a punchline," he snapped. "I'm here to talk about the work, not to be dragged back into gossip cycles." The tension was thick. You could hear the silence between the forced laughs of the audience. Jimmy tried to steer the conversation back to the movie, but Pratt wasn't interested in moving on just yet. "Every time I come here, it's the same script. Maybe I should start picking better couches," he said, visibly irritated. Trying to recover, Kimmel shifted to another topic, asking about Pratt's workout routine for his latest role. Normally a fun subject, but tonight it felt like a deflection. "Why does every interview with me have to be about muscles or controversy?" Chris asked. "You ever ask an actress how much she lifts?" The audience was caught off guard. Chris wasn't joking. He was making a point. Kimmel nervously adjusted his notes, trying to regain control, but it was clear that Chris was no longer playing along. He was calling out the format itself. Jimmy attempted to bring back the laughter with a pre-planned game segment, but Chris stopped him mid-sentence. "I'm not here to play games," he said flatly. "I'm tired of coming on shows where it's all laughs until someone takes a cheap shot." Jimmy looked stunned. For once, he had no witty comeback. "I thought we were cool," he muttered. Chris replied, "Cool doesn't mean I let you walk all over me with the same lazy jabs. You invite me to promote something, not to mock who I am." By now, even the production team backstage knew something serious was happening. As things escalated, Chris unhooked his mic and stood up. "I don't think this is a space for honest conversation," he said. Jimmy tried to get him to sit back down, urging him to finish the segment. But Chris shook his head. "There's nothing left to say. You want a headline? Here's one. Chris Pratt walks off fake-friendly talk show." The crowd gasped. Security and producers appeared just off camera, unsure whether to step in. Jimmy looked around helplessly, caught between live TV and a guest clearly done with the act. Chris walked off the stage without another word. The cameras stayed on Kimmel for a few awkward seconds before cutting to commercial. Backstage, sources say the mood was tense. Producers scrambled to figure out how to handle the rest of the episode. When the show returned, Jimmy made a half-hearted joke about Hollywood drama, but it didn't land. The energy was off. Viewers at home could feel it, and the internet, it exploded. Clips of the walkout went viral in minutes, with hashtags trending across platforms. Fans were divided. Some praised Chris Pratt for standing up against what they called mainstream media baiting, while others criticized him for being too sensitive. But one thing everyone agreed on, it was real. No scripts, no rehearsed banter, just raw, uncomfortable truth. Many celebrities took to social media to share their own frustrations with talk shows and how they're often turned into jokes or controversy machines. The conversation had shifted. It wasn't just about Pratt and Kimmel anymore. It was about the entire system. Jimmy Kimmel released a brief statement the next morning, saying he regretted how things unfolded and that he respects Chris's passion. But the damage was done. Chris Pratt didn't respond publicly, but insiders say he felt liberated by the moment. He said what a lot of us feel, one fellow actor tweeted. The walkout sparked debates on news panels, podcasts, and entertainment columns. Even industry insiders started asking, Are talk shows still the best platform for real conversations, or are they just viral clip factories? In the days that followed, the confrontation continued to trend. Opinion pieces were written, memes were made. But beyond the noise, something meaningful had happened. Chris Pratt, whether you agree with him or not, drew a line. He rejected the fake smiles and rehearsed laughs that have come to define celebrity appearances. He reminded everyone, watching that behind every actor, there's a person tired of being reduced to clickbait, and people listened. Even if they didn't agree, they respected the honesty. By the end of the week, the story had taken on a life of its own. What started as a fiery confrontation became a cultural moment. Chris Pratt may have been kicked off a show, but he gained something more valuable: the respect of those who believe authenticity matters more than PR. Jimmy Kimmel will recover, as talk shows always do. But this moment, it won't be forgotten. Because in a world of staged interviews and surface-level smiles, Chris Pratt's decision to walk away said more than any viral soundbite ever could.